Hollywood is often painted in gold, red carpets, applause, fame that looks untouchable. But behind the spotlight, some stories unravel in silence. Nick Reiner was born into one of Hollywood's most recognizable families, the son of legendary filmmaker and actor Rob Reiner. From the outside, his life appeared privileged, but behind closed doors, Nick was fighting a battle that money, fame, and connections could not fix. His struggle with drug addiction began early, around his teenage years. What followed was not a single fall, but a long, exhausting cycle of hope and collapse, rehab after rehab, attempt after attempt. In total, Nick would enter treatment at least 18 times. 18! And still, stability remained out of reach. At times, rehab didn't feel like help, it felt like confinement. Nick later admitted that many programs never reached him. He resisted, he pushed back, and when he refused to follow their rules, the alternative was brutal: homelessness. Nick spent stretches of his life living on the streets, drifting between states, sleeping outside for nights, sometimes weeks at a time. It was during this chaotic period that his life hit its lowest points. Yet somehow, those same moments would later become the foundation of his art. In 2015, Nick co-wrote the film Being Charlie, a semi-autobiographical story about a teenage addict locked in conflict with his parents, especially his powerful, controlling father. The film was raw, painful, honest. For Rob Reiner, the project was deeply personal. He openly admitted that making the film forced him to relive years of fear, helplessness, and emotional exhaustion. Loving a child with addiction, he said, leaves you with no sense of control, only hope and heartbreak. But for a brief moment, that hope felt real. Nick got sober. He stood beside his father at film festivals. On his 22nd birthday, Rob Reiner proudly spoke of his son's strength and survival. Years later, Rob would even say that Nick had been drug-free for over 6 years and was finally in a good place. Then came December. Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, were found dead inside their Los Angeles home. Within hours, police arrested Nick Reiner near the University of Southern California. He was later charged with their murders. The news shocked Hollywood and the world. A story that once symbolized survival became a tragedy few could comprehend. Addiction, recovery, family, and loss collided in the most devastating way possible. Nick Reiner's story is not just about fame or failure. It's about the terrifying truth that recovery is not linear, that love does not always save, and that some battles leave scars no one sees until it's too late.